brings us to this week's Build Your Big Three, which is pump up songs.
Round 2, pick one. So many great options. I'm going to go with Dig by Mudvayne.
That was not expected. Can you give us the chorus of that?
Dig!
Here we go.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast. This week we have another amazing, exciting episode on track, starting with our thoughts and observations from the week prior. Eddie comes at us with a exciting Build Your Big Three. Dean tries to wake us all up with another great segment of Dean's Conspiracy Theory of the Week.
Yes.
And also Bill's Balls Games. I am your host, Bill, along with co-host brothers and I hope friends, Eddie and Dean. Fellas, welcome to the golden episode, the 50th of Wake Up. As crazy as that seems, I think we're about a month away from 2 years. Eddie, how do you feel about that? Has it been time flies by or just a slow, agonizing week after week?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, when we started doing the sports pod, I mean, it's hard to believe that was 2 years ago.
I know.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, man. I tell all the people all the time, man, when they ask me about the podcast and whatever, I'm just like, I mean, we have a good time and it's cool if people check it out and we hope people do. But I mean, it's been a good thing because it's been a reason for us to talk to each other once a week for like the last 2 years. And before that, we definitely weren't doing that. So I've appreciated it at least for that.
Yeah,
I agree.
And I think a lot of it, it's kind of how we started, why we wanted to kind of start doing that. So, yeah, it's actually flown by. Really, I didn't even think about, it just seems like it was a year, but
I felt
Yeah.
every day for the last 2 years. Every theory comes another day of depression. I'm so awake I can't sleep.
Oh, that's great. Dean, how was your week?
It was good. Watch the Super Bowl or whatever. Which really, I didn't really watch it because I got a little too drunk while I was watching it alone. And
Excellent.
But I made a new what? These are facts, Bill. I drank the rest of the present you gave me. Well, I wasn't meant to get like that. I was just trying to get tired because I usually wake up later on the weekend, so it's hard for me to get to sleep on Sunday night. So I might take like a shot or two. And I was like, well, I don't have much left. I'll just drink it. I was like, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon because I was waiting for the Super Bowl. And, I didn't drink all of it right at 4, but anyway. But then I decided.
So I chugged it.
But I made a amazing New York strip. I did it on the stove.
Oh yeah.
Some mashed potatoes, and I poured like the grease and like the minced garlic I put in the pan into the potatoes and stirred it in.
You dirty dog.
It was really just a good week of eating for me. But I wanted to talk about the halftime show. What did you guys think of it? I had to rewatch it because I just remember he played the song and I was just like, oh, he played it. I fell asleep. So the Eagles were up 34-0. But I had to rewatch it. Honestly, I thought it was pretty good overall. But that's not the general consensus from what I heard. It was just hard to hear, in my opinion.
I didn't think it was as bad as people said it was. I mean, I get it.
Right.
I get
it's
it
not gonna be
because
everybody's cup of tea.
Right. But I mean,
if you listen to the crowd was in, because if you really think about it, the halftime show isn't really for the person sitting at home. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, of course you're going to watch it, because it's supposed to be this big event, but like, it's more for the people in the stadium. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it sounded like they were enjoying.
I would say maybe like in Super Bowl I, when the marching bands were out, but like, okay, that was for the crowd. But I think now it's become so big, like Super Bowl commercials. Right. You know what I mean? Like Kate literally only wanted to watch the Super Bowl for the commercials. She had that was me this year kind of too. I watched the game because, I like football, but
right.
I really didn't care about the game, Because
I just didn't care. If it was the Lions, I'd be completely sober. I'd be very intensely watching that game.
So, I mean, now there's millions upon millions of people that watch that. What was it? 136 million that watched the halftime.
Yeah.
So it might have been 134.
Yeah. I think they broke the record. I think it broke the record for most
broke Michael Jackson's record or whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like anything else, like not everyone's gonna like Bruno Mars or Madonna. You know what I mean?
You did have a really good halftime show though, Bruno Mars.
I think some people just went overboard, and I thought it was fine with me.
Yeah, it wasn't like spectacular, but I thought it was pretty good overall, especially once I like turned it up. Because honestly, I just couldn't really. I don't know if his mic was just lower, the music was too loud over his mic, but I couldn't really hear him unless I turned my volume up like way high on my TV.
Like from a production standpoint, I thought it was really good. Yeah. Like cameras, you know what I mean, choreography and whatnot. I mean, it's just
right.
Some people just don't like rap, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. I mean, it's just like if you've heard Kendrick Lamar's stuff. I mean, I don't know what.
Right.
Sure, there were some other songs he could have done. I mean, but.
Right. I mean, he won a Grammy for that song. He wasn't supposed to play it, from what I know. But
which one?
The Not Like Us.
Really?
Second to last. Yeah, because it's Drake,
almost like they would have had to play it.
Right. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. He was probably like, how do you not play a song that won a Grammy?
Right.
Which is crazy on its own. And everybody at the Grammys was like, A minor. Everybody in the stadium was doing that too. I was like, whew. Yikes. It's
I know that's
great Drizzy Drake. Huh?
That's got to be the worst beatdown in a rap beef history ever.
Oh, man. Dude.
When you got to do the victory walk at the Super
Everybody's
Bowl.
Like,
yeah.
Serena Williams was there.
Yeah. SZA.
And the the meme now, where he says "say Drake" and then like he's smiling at the camera.
Yeah.
Like there's so many memes right now too, so it's just like all over. There's no way Drake can escape it.
No.
Well,
and he's suing him, and like I guess the hip hop community is pretty upset with that over a rap beef that he's suing him. But he's not suing Kendrick; he's suing the record label, his own record label. Everybody's like, he's afraid to sue Kendrick. Like, oof. But he's probably done.
I heard he likes him.
I'll have his forever. Yeah. But yeah, no, that was my week. That was my weekend.
Nice. Eddie, I didn't ask about your week. Was it just? Did you have anything to bring up?
I mean, the week was fine. I'm going pretty annoyed right now because I got to be. The other day, I hit a deer with the kids in the car. Man,
Really?
yeah, it was just one of those things where I was taking them to their grandma's for like that's where they get picked up for their bus, and it's kind of in the country, as you guys know. And so, like, it's just a lot of high brush next to the roads on that road. And one deer popped out. I saw it, it was like maybe 20 feet, if that, in front when it first popped out. So I'm, hitting the brakes. Second one smoked it. And it was kind of funny because like John was sitting there and we hit the deer and it like ran off. And then that's when John was like, oh, it was like 5 seconds later. It was so random. It was like, all right. But I mean, nothing you can do. And of course, the damages were a lot. And so the insurance company totaled the car. I got that today. And so now I'm in the process. Which should be a good ad for gap insurance, because what the car is valued is not what I owe on it still. So fortunately, I get that when I buy a car, because you never know.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I am a spokesperson for gap insurance because I used to work in insurance claims.
Handing out brochures and
I was gonna say that's the only thing I had was that. Bill, you got any tips or anything like that for a person in that situation after that happens, having worked in that area?
Yeah, dude. I actually worked in total loss claims. I was a total loss adjuster.
Oh,
and yeah. So I always suggest not suggest. I
demand.
Pretty much. It's
at gunpoint. He stands outside dealerships.
You're getting the gap insurance. They're like, I don't really no.
Gap.
There's no reason when you buy a car to not add gap insurance to that vehicle. Doesn't matter what it is. Because okay, quick story. And I was working as a total loss adjuster, and I got a car, and it was a Honda Civic. It was a Honda Civic, and it totaled out, and the car's worth was like, it might not even been $9,000. I think it was like $8,800. It was right a couple hundred between there and there, but it was definitely in the eights. So I had to call her, and I would never suggest being a total loss adjuster, regardless, by the way. Dude, it sucked. It's terrible. So I called her and told her, and she started crying. And I said, well, you should be fine, but do you have gap insurance? She didn't have gap insurance. I said, she goes, I don't know how I'm going to, how to pay for it. How much will I owe? So I ended up looking it up. She still had $19,000. $19,500 to owe.
After?
So after it would have been $11,000. She was like, I don't have that money. I'm like, I can try to run a report and try to get it into better condition, but you're still going to owe at least $10,000. Dude, anything can happen, especially like brand new cars. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no kidding.
Like as soon as you leave that lot, it's just depreciating at a rapid rate. So yes.
Well, I would tell you
Always.
without it, I mean, I when I got the car, I was in a need to get it today situation. And so I knew I wasn't making the best deal I could get on a car that I really wanted, but it fit the things that I was looking for. And I would have still owed today. It was like almost $5,000.
Yeah.
I mean,
Cars are not an investment, that's for sure.
no, yeah, you got to get that's what I was curious about with you on that because I'm obviously going through it now, and I'm gonna have to. I've got all the stuff I need now. I'm just waiting on like the insurance to send the check to the bank, and then I'm gonna work the other stuff after that. But it's like if they could take their sweet time on it, that would be awesome. It's because it's like let's just get this thing finished because
Right.
I mean I don't know. I just
Ugh.
want it to be done. So I've been car shopping and hopefully going to look at a car tomorrow.
Blue Charger.
No,
Black Ford Explorer, right?
yeah, the blue
welcome to the
Charger.
clan.
My rental again is it's nice, but it's like not. Like I said before, what I asked for is something good on gas, and I got like this Kia Sorento, which is a pretty big sized SUV.
Yeah,
it's got third row in it and everything. I mean, I'm like, I don't ask for. I don't want this. I was like, yeah. Do you have a Civic? I mean, honestly, dude, I would buy a Civic.
Well, yeah, no, Honda Civics are great cars.
Dude, they run forever. I should be looking for another Corolla. Is what I should be doing.
Yeah, but
anyway,
well, yeah, good thing you got the Gap. Happy for you. That's huge.
Well, yeah,
I'm not kidding.
I mean, yeah, dude. If I hadn't, I'd be so pissed right now. I mean, I mean, like you got to get another car, so then you have that other car, and then you still got to pay off thousands of dollars on a car that's done. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, another person who was lucky, as I was looking up things this week, was a kayaker in Chile who got swallowed by a humpback whale.
Oh.
And then immediately let him back out.
Jonah.
Really?
Unharmed.
Was he able to like sit in there and like breathe like in Pinocchio or whatever?
Yeah, Pinocchio, he lights up.
He's just hanging on to the uvula or whatever.
Yeah.
Just tickling it. And was like, oh, get out.
Could you imagine being in a way? Oh my gosh.
Not that. I mean, it's better than. I don't know. I don't know if that would be considered better. Would you rather get bit by a shark in open water, or just because technically the whale's not like it's eating you, but like it's not really chewing you up because it's so big. You know what I mean? It would pretty much just swallow you. For the most
right. Part. That's what happened.
That does sound nice.
Right. But is that worse than getting bit by a shark, though?
Definitely a teeth aversion for me. I'll go with getting the swallow.
Yeah, indeed. I hate teeth.
Bring that blue whale. Where you at, whale? Dude, that would be frightening. I mean, it would be incredibly frightening. Like like before you go into the whale. That has to be just scary because, like, you're not thinking, "Oh, I'm just gonna live inside of this whale for a minute."
We're gonna set up camp.
It's just this giant thing coming down on you.
Yeah,
and you're like, "Oh, this is it."
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
you definitely think you're dead.
That's what, in fact, that's what he said. He goes, "I thought I was dead." He goes, I thought it had eaten me and that it had swallowed me.
Yeah, it checks out.
Oh, anyways, sorry.
So the whale spit him back out, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if he came out the other. He's just
that's
like,
quick
oh.
You know, this is the thing. I feel like I've known plenty of women who would have been upset about being spit back out. You're like, what? I don't taste good enough for you? You said you're gonna eat me up. Big stupid
Find him on
whale.
Facebook. Where's that blue whale at?
Exactly. Where's that blue whale?
One thing that did irk me this week was we've been not going out to eat as much lately, just trying to get at home and whatnot.
Getting pissed at
And-
the old lady, huh? I said we're going out.
Get your jackets on.
A little
don't say a
urge.
Oh, gosh.
So I went to go get us pizzas from Little Caesars. It was like 10 to 5. Went to the drive-thru. The girl looks at me and then looks away, and then comes back to the window and she goes, "Do you have a pickup order?" I go, "No. I want to get," and as I'm saying that, she's like, "We don't have anything ready. We have no hot and readies ready. We have nothing ready. It'll be 45 minutes."
It's the freshest Little Caesars
And-
you'll ever have.
I go, "Okay," and she closes the window on me. Now you know.
You start pounding on the window. I'm a little irked.
I got 45 minutes.
I'm going out to eat.
And
in 2
I
days.
ain't moving.
I ain't moving.
And I'm waiting till it's hot and ready.
But does that fall under false advertising? Because it says hot and ready, 4 to 8.
Well, they have a sign now like the Krispy Kreme. Was it on?
No, I didn't know that.
I'm just kidding. They don't have.
Oh, I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
I was like, oh, that's real, huh? I had no idea.
No, I don't think that's a good idea though.
I think it falls
them.
under they didn't want to do your order,
For sure.
and that's the way to get you to leave. If I'm you and I want any kind of retaliation, I guess I submit something online.
I did.
Into the thing. You did? Okay, good.
Well, no, I did a Google review
Uh,
and I gave him a 1 star.
that's not. I don't think that's good enough.
I mean, I get it. I probably
Because
should've
the
went through
person
Little
that's going to
Caesars.
look at that is the general manager, who probably also doesn't care as much. Like they might be like, "Hey, we need to get better reviews on Google.
That's
Ask your
fair.
friends to do Google reviews." You know,
That's fair. Yeah, but I just
and it's
didn't-
Little Caesars. So people see a 1-star review on a Little Caesars, like, yeah, you probably had a bad Caesars experience. That's not going to stop anybody from going to Caesars who's planning
That's
on
hit
it.
or miss, right?
Nobody looks at Google reviews for Caesars because you know what you're going to Caesars for.
You're either getting a 5-star experience or a 1-star experience.
Or the worst.
There's no in between.
It's either nice, hot, fluffy, crazy bread or hard breadsticks.
I mean,
Ugh. I was very upset. I stared back into the window for a solid 10 seconds, just
There. It's like
In
5
disbelief.
minutes. Just
in disbelief. But
you
anyway,
gotta send that in
you know,
corporate.
I know. I
It's the only way
usually
it'll at least be brought up.
Dean, you know how I am about drive-through stuff. Like,
yeah.
just saying, I'm just saying, I don't have good experiences.
Like the
Eddie, I don't know if you know this, but
Sparta Burger King.
oh, dude,
I had nothing but
worst.
good experiences there. And he had nothing
The
but bad
worst.
experience there. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. That's always been great.
Well, they probably saw you both, thought it was the same guy, and then
They're like, but
When
he's
Bill
a lot
came, they were just
cooler on
sick of
this
you.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
They're
kidding.
like, when Bill showed up, that's when they're like, again?
Well, he was going there
This
before.
guy?
He warned me before I even moved to Grand Rapids.
Oh, you had issues before you even got there.
This was before.
Just I
Okay.
don't like it. I don't like it when you get to a drive-thru and they're like, "What do you want?" Like, just say hi. I don't need you to go over the top, but like,
I just want to
you're in a
feel
customer
welcome.
service job.
For sure.
I get that. Some people just sound like that though. I worked with a guy that like he'd answer the phone like it's just how he talked though. Like I thought he was an a-hole for the longest time, and then I was just like, that's just who he is, man. Like he doesn't have a different tone. He just, he just talks like that. And it's like, and people
I've
always
driven
like,
away.
that guy's like, dude, he's a good dude. He's an asshole.
I've driven away. Like,
That's
I
fair.
ain't putting up with that. And they don't care, obviously.
Yeah. I ain't putting up with that.
Yeah.
I
tell
totally
me.
get. There's been times I've driven out of drive-thrus before just because they were being rude, or I was just like, okay, whatever. Like,
Oh no, that's when I stay. Because I'm not letting you off the hook of giving me the food now too.
it's true.
Because what you want is everybody to leave.
It's true.
You don't want people to show up. Hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want people to show up. I don't want people here. Like, I don't feel like this.
Yeah.
You got to do it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
So
true.
the best thing that we could do as the people trying to be the annoyer is to not leave.
Right.
What happens? Let's say, okay, so you order 2 burgers, whatever, and you pull out, we make them. Guess what? We get to eat those now.
It's true.
We'll just cancel the ticket. We get to eat the food. So thanks. You did a favor.
They're like, I spit in it anyway, so I might as well eat
Yeah.
it.
I already claimed this one.
I mean, I think this one's mine. I think.
The cashier's like, yes, I get a burger. Like, you don't want that burger.
Yeah.
What you can do is be more annoying. If they've pissed you off, and then be like, hey, can I order something from the window? Can I add something else on? If they've made you upset and you're wanting to get back, go for it. Driving off ain't doing it.
Custom.
Yeah.
That's fair. I get people have bad days, but I just, yeah. Anyways, you know who doesn't do that is Adobo Boy. By the way, Adobo Boy will never do that to you. You know what I'm saying? So, Adobo Boy, we're gonna do this a little different tonight because I wanted to bring something up with Adobo Boy. So I'm just gonna do a quick ad for them. Adobo Boy is a Filipino restaurant that we've talked about for pretty much 50 episodes. They are a proud sponsor of Wake Up with the Sleeper Boys podcast, and they deliver amazing food and vibes that are unmatched in the food industry, with an amazing lunch menu and a dinner menu that will fulfill your need for new flavorful food, and a weekend breakfast lunch menu that will satisfy that hunger. Adobo Boy has you covered. For lunches, they have adobo, pork, Red's pork adobo, and chicken adobo. If you want to know what those are, check out the 49 other episodes we've done of adobo. I'm giving Need a week off this week. And
lucky dog.
Yeah. And
which they don't put in adobo.
Yeah, no. Strictly pork. Strictly quail eggs on the chicken adobo.
Strictly pork.
Strictly pork.
What about chicken?
Chicken.
Yeah.
Strictly chicken.
Sans dog.
So
probably
get down there. If you say Wake Up Podcast, you get 5% off on your full meal. And Adobo Boy is open Tuesday to Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for lunch, 5 to 7:30 for dinner. Saturday, serving breakfast and lunch from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Adobo Boy is located at 3740 28th Street, Southeast Kentwood, Michigan, inside the amazing Myanmar restaurant, which brings me to what I want to talk about real quick with them is they are going to be moving out of the amazing Myanmar restaurant in the summer. They're going to get their own place, which we will get the address for. But right now, if you go
Nice.
to Adobo Boy, what's that? I'm sorry.
I said nice.
Oh yeah, yep. If you go to Adobo Boy on Facebook, they've set up a GoFundMe to help with cost as they move, and because they're a small business restaurant, with things. Let me see here real quick. They're needing extra support. If you're willing and able, they'd be deeply grateful, but no pressure at all. Your encouragement means just as much. As a thank you, if you donate to them, every donor's name will be featured on their Barangay Adobo Boy wall art when they get into their new place. And donations of $100 will receive a Barcada shirt for pickup at our new location when they open. So if you watch this podcast, you know we've talked about them for, again, like I said, now 50 episodes. So if you feel inclined to help them, go to Adobo Boy on Facebook to donate, or just give them words of encouragement, or even better, go there and get that 5% off on a great meal. So, fellas, I know that's a condensed version, but I did want to get that out there for them because they've been, good to us. And what's that?
Huh? What?
Sigue.
Yeah.
Continue, please.
So yeah, if anything, just give them words of encouragement, or go in and get some adobo and help them out there. So it is always better at Adobo Boy, which leads into this week's Big Three with Eddie. Take it away.
That's right. I mean, nothing gets you going more than some Adobo Boy. But on a regular basis, it brings us to this week's Build Your Big Three, which is pump up songs. For those who don't know, Build Your Big Three is a snake style draft where we draft up 1, 2, 3, then back down 3, 2, 1 until we build our big three. And this week we are drafting the big three pump up songs. The order for this week is Dean, myself, then Bill. Dean, round one, pick one. You're on the clock. Out of time. All right, on to me.
Oh, man.
Lost his pick.
I'll have some decent honorable mention. I'm looking at like a list, kind of. But I think my first pick's going to be a classic. It's going to be Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Liger.
That would have been a better name.
Ligers are sick.
Ligers are freaking sick, dude.
They're freaking sick. Okay, well, I mean, great song. Great song. I mean, classic Rocky.
It's classic.
You know?
It's classic.
It wasn't even on my list.
Good.
So I have everything left on my list. Let's see. Man, it's tough. There's a ton of good ones. You know what? I'll go with I'll go Lose Yourself by Eminem.
That's a good one. I like that.
Oh yeah, it's a classic.
It's more of a cool down song.
A cool down song?
It's kind of a cool down song.
It's about getting ready. Knees
Yeah,
weak,
cool.
arms are heavy.
It's it's
I'm
cool.
out of sweater already.
It's cooling down, man. That's when you're cooling off, baby. And that's when your arms are.
All right.
That's when you're shaking and stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure that's you. After your arms just this is my cool down. Don't worry about it, honey.
Don't worry about it.
All right. So all of mine are still on here.
Whoa.
So I'm gonna go. I've picked 3 and 1. I'm gonna go with "Heart of a Champion" by Nelly.
It's good.
Oh my gosh, I love that song. That song gets me pumped every time. I could be doing nothing.
I could be doing that.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah.
Like, I should be doing something right now. Round 2, pick 1. So many great options.
How dare you?
I'm gonna go with "Dig" by Mudvayne.
That was not expected. Can you give us the chorus of that?
Dig!
Oh man. Nothing else has come off my list. So it's making it really difficult.
Just so many great options.
There are. I mean, they're all still left on the board. That's why I should have ranked them before we even got on. How about I just feel like you're just cutting so many short here, I'll go All I Do Is Win. DJ Khaled.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna go with Stronger, Kanye West.
Oh, not Britney Spears.
Dang it.
Yeah. No, the Britney.
I'm stronger than yesterday.
Dang.
And my
I thought that one would be there in the third.
did you?
Yeah, I did.
And then my third pick is going to be Can't Be
Stronger
Touched.
by Britney Spears.
Can't Be Touched by Roy Jones Jr.
Mm.
I love that song.
How's the course?
That was on one of the video games, right?
Can't be right.
Fight Night.
We good. When will you fellas learn?
I don't know if I know it. Do I know it?
I don't. You might. It's an older song. But that was like one of the ones we listened to in the locker room, though. That was like the main one.
I feel like that was on one of the Fight Nights.
I think you're right.
It probably was.
It would have had to been. I mean, boxer, rapping.
Those were good games.
They were until they weren't.
Right. All right.
All right.
It's not me.
No, it's not. All right. I'll go Thunderstruck, AC/DC.
Oh, man. Dang it.
Were you going there?
No, I have 2 now that
Oh, you're hoping you'd pick.
I don't know what to do here.
Go with your heart. Go with the heart of the champion.
Oh, dude. Okay. This will be 3A and 3B, but I think I'm just gonna go with Enter Sandman, Metallica.
Thought about that.
I came close. I almost picked that one over Eye of the Tiger, to be honest with you.
Should have.
I loved that song too when that came out. when it came out. It was already out when I heard it. It was already out when I heard it. It was well out, I think.
Both of those songs were out, I think, before you were born.
It was well out. I remember when it first came out, dude.
All right. Well, great big threes. You can't go wrong. I mean, with any of these, I will
Could've
go
gone
through.
Big Six.
I know it. Only 2 songs that you guys picked were on my list. And so, yeah, there's plenty of extras there. So yeah, I'll start with Dean's because he had the first pick while you guys are thinking of honorable mentions. Dean went with Eye of the Tiger, Stronger by Kanye, Can't Be Touched by Roy Jones Jr. I went with Lose Yourself, All I Do Is Win, and Thunderstruck. Bill had Heart of a Champion, Dig, and Enter Sandman. Bill, you had the last pick. You go ahead and lead off the honorable mentions.
This was the other one, Final Countdown by Europe. I just had to think like what would really get me pumped. The only reason why Final Countdown really gets me pumped is I think about the Pistons back in the early 2000s.
Yeah,
for
sure.
To me,
and
that's
then
when that song became popular. Felt like everybody started playing it. You know what I mean? But I know that's not true. But I mean, maybe it is. I don't know. It's felt like it to me.
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, I around us, but it was a pretty popular song in the 80s.
Well, yeah. I mean, like playing it at like I don't know if they played it in the 80s at sport games.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Break Stuff by Limp Bizkit.
Mm.
And if I'm really feeling poppy, Rhythm of the Night. This is Rhythm of the Night. Oh my.
Right before.
This is me running, but I don't actually run. So this is like
that song goes with my background.
Sure
does.
Dean, you got any honorable mentions you want to throw in there?
Here Comes the Boom.
Ready or Not.
Here comes the and I don't know, Headstrong, I guess.
It's a good one.
Nice.
It's good. I like this.
Man, you guys still didn't take anything else off the list. That's what's crazy about this subject or whatever, because like there's just so many. In the vein of like Bill's with the Final Countdown, there's Sirius, the Alan Parsons Project. It was that Bulls intro. It's like dun 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 dun. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's Jordan. I
Inspired.
didn't like him, but that's.
Came in
And if you were getting ready to go, you know, like that's just one of those, right?
Mm.
That's the song came into my reception at. Is that one?
Which it's kind of messed up.
Why?
You went with that over the Final Countdown.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess.
I thought we'd never talk about that.
Moving on.
I mean, classic. We Ready, right? I don't know. That doesn't get me pumped, but it's on the list.
Mm.
One we used to listen to in the locker room. I don't know if Dean, that was still going around. Probably when you were in school, was Down with the Sickness.
Oh yeah.
That was going. And one that I just had for myself that I used to really get into was Hate It or Love It by The Game, featuring 50 Cent. It's really 50 Cent's song.
It really is.
The Game got credit for it.
One just popped in my head. Number One by Nelly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could have left that one off, but it's fine.
I like that one a lot. Air Force One.
Yeah, that first verse in Hate It or Love It.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, there's that one. Oh, what's the one I'm trying to think of? Dang it, I lost it. I can't. There's one that it's just the beginning. Dun 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 dun. Dun. It's like the White Stripes.
Yeah, it's like 7-Man Army or something.
It's not like a great song to get pumped up, but it's just like that beginning. right?
Yeah.
It's like the buildup.
Yeah, for sure.
That's your big three.
Seven Nation Army.
Hate it or love it.
Hate it or love it.
Thank you, Eddie, for that wide variety. Big three.
Excellent.
I feel like you could put all 9 songs on a playlist.
Oh,
And you'd
dude,
just
yeah.
be jacked up to go.
You probably want to leave
Plus
off
the
Heart of
honorable.
a Champion. And that's probably it.
Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger. I was gonna throw that in there, but I was just,
You got to run
I'll make this
upstairs listening to Eye of the Tiger. So,
But no, that was a good big three. Put that on a playlist. One thing I need to put on my playlist is all of Dean's conspiracies. And let's add another one to that with this week's Dean's conspiracy theory
getting
of
worked up.
the week.
Come here. Oh yeah. Well, before I get into that,
Oh, Dean.
Let me get into this.
Dean. Dean.
huh?
How's that golf daddy?
Well, let me tell you, it's
Yes.
a lot easier when you're looking at a golf buddy in his second hands. And that's when Secondhand Birdie comes in. Secondhandbirdies.com comes in, which is one of the official sponsors of the Wake Up podcast, handling all the golf club needs without breaking the bank. They are a family-owned business who specializes in taking any and all golf gear and clubs and refurbishing them back to their old glory. There is a club quality club rating from 1 to 5, 1 being the lowest, 5 being almost a brand new club. This ensures an easy and pleasant shopping experience, knowing exactly what you're going to get, also providing great customer service and also a quick delivery so you can get to swinging as soon as possible. They also offer club cleaning services for those of us that don't have time to do it, or just like myself, are just too lazy to do it ourselves. Eddie, give them the pillars. That's right. You don't know
one
because it's brand new. You will now
Ooh.
get 10% off all purchases for using the promo code Wake Up Podcast in all lowercase letters.
Whoa. 10?
10.
10%.
10.
In addition, all clubs are already at a discounted price, but if you subscribe to their email newsletter, you'll now get an additional 15% off your very first purchase. And on top of that, if you use the promo Wake Up Podcast, you'll receive 10% off all purchases after that, which makes an already great deal even better.
The best.
Inventory moves fast, so don't wait too long. Get to secondhandbirdies.com, subscribe to the email newsletter, get your 15% off your first purchase, get your 10% off every purchase after that using the code Wake Up Podcast. Get to swinging as soon as possible. Find quality clubs for less. Go to secondhandbirdies.com.
So, should we put the disclaimer? These offers cannot be combined.
I don't know. Well, you can only add one in the cart at the end. You can only add one.
People are going to hear this. They're just going to race over to the website.
It's getting about that time.
Yeah,
it's
that's
getting
true.
about that. You know?
And Dean, first of all, how dare you? Second, that is a great deal.
It is a fantastic deal.
That's a hell of a deal.
So my conspiracy this week is going to be a little different. So what I wanted to do was, because I just wanted to see if I could find something like just randomly interesting. So I went to like Chat GBT or GPT or whatever, and just typed in, just give me a conspiracy theory. So this first part of it is actually going to be what it gave me, and then I added a couple of other things at the end. So if it sounds like it's like too good, it's just because it was AI and not me. Um, everybody's used to the simplified version, then they got to do the rest of the research themselves. This might help a little. So it's going to be the flat Earth theory. Also, the hidden world beyond the ice wall. That is Antarctica. That isn't really Antarctica. It's we're actually just surrounded by a large sheet of ice, North Pole, South Pole. It's all the same pole, man. We're all surrounded. Anyway, so this theory, what it popped up, the Earth's flatness and the hidden world beyond the ice wall. So it started off, the Earth is not a globe, it's flat. The round Earth theory is a massive lie created by governments and space agencies to keep us in the dark. Around the edge of the Earth is a huge ice wall known as the Antarctic Barrier that no one is allowed to explore, which I think I have gotten into that a little bit before, where I said these people pulled up to an ice wall, they couldn't get around it or go through it or whatever.
Yeah.
If people were to get past this wall, they would find a whole unexplored world beyond it, full of ancient civilizations and advanced technologies. Space agencies like NASA are not exploring space. They're actually monitoring this ice wall to make sure no one finds the truth. They fake space missions like the moon landing to distract us from what's really out there. They also control the information we get, hiding evidence that would prove the Earth is flat. Why did they do this? To keep us under control. If we knew the truth, we'd realize there's much more to the world than they've told us. And the ancient civilizations that knew the Earth's real shape left clues behind, but those have been hidden or ignored. That's what AI had to say. But then some also say that, like, if you look back at like all civilizations before us, they all believed the Earth was flat. Like we're the only civilization that has the round Earth, right? They all believed the Earth was flat and that we were protected by the firmament, and then that we cannot get through it. A lot of people don't believe that we are on a spinning ball flying through space as well, due to the fact, like, one of the things is, our constellations never change. They're always the same. The argument is, if we were constantly spinning at whatever hundreds of thousands of miles per hour or whatever it is through space, constantly flying through space, wouldn't our stars change? Like, wouldn't they be different if we were just flying through space like this? So that's the argument behind that. It's like, so like they're saying, like, we're always in the same spot, like we aren't moving like that. But I also watched a video where they asked a bunch of pilots what shape the Earth is, and most of them said it was flat. I don't know if they were like joking, for the video or whatever, but they didn't laugh or smirk or anything like that. So I kind of took it as like, I don't, who knows, like that's just like a observation type of thing. But the one specific example is the man who was a famous rocket scientist. His name was Werner von Braun, who had a lot to do with the development of the Saturn V rocket that helped NASA land people on the moon. But he did play but there's a big but here. He did play a role in Hitler's War Machine.
What?
Yeah, which obviously has clouded his legacy quite a bit. It's probably why he's not so famous, because he was a Nazi, so to say. But when he passed,
on that kind of thing.
they do. But when he passed away, well, I don't know if he was a full on. I think he just worked. He did this. He did this stuff. Regardless, too close to ties. A little too close. Getting a little too close. But when he passed away, he had a quote from the Bible on his tombstone that said, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmaments show his handiwork." Meaning, he possibly believed that we are surrounded by the firmament, which is a flat Earth theory. I'm not saying I believe it, because people have proved that we have a curvature, right? We've seen those experiments of people, proving that there is a curvature to the Earth. But there is an argument to be made. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, when you talk about it, like, I'm like, you know what? It could be a flat Earth. But then I'm like, okay, if it's a flat Earth and you have this ice wall,
Mhm.
right? Why can't we get over it? Like, why can't you fly over it?
You probably could, but it's being protected by NASA. So anybody that goes exploring it will, probably disappear, or you know what I mean? Like, they have people protecting it. It's not just.
But you think you would
just
see it from above?
Think if you get close enough,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they probably don't let you close enough, if
No.
that's indeed.
And even if you go to Antarctica, you can only go to like a certain area, right? Like they don't let you go out. I mean, obviously, in fear of you just dying from getting frozen to death in Antarctica. But at the same time, they won't allow you to go and do anything other than in the areas that they specifically let you do. And it's a very small portion.
Right. Right. Huh.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
always
man.
interesting to think about.
It is, because it's like,
Well, here's the thing too, is we've never, like, as much as like we always see pictures of the Earth, right? And it's always like a perfectly round ball. But then you go and you've heard scientists like Neil deGrasse Tyson say it's not actually a circle. It's actually, because of how it's been spinning for millions of years or whatever. It's actually more of a pear-shaped planet. We're more like, what do they call it? They called it like a something void or something. I can't remember what exactly he called it. But it's like, but then if you were to look up a picture of the Earth right now, you know what I'm saying? It would be a perfectly round ball. So it's like, have we ever actually seen a real picture of the Earth? You know what I'm saying?
right.
If that's the case, if it's supposed to be more pear-shaped, but every video we've seen or like picture that we've seen is always, it's just a perfectly round ball. So it's like, what is it exactly? You know what I mean? And a lot of people say it's CGI, like, because just different stuff. Like, we've seen different versions of it. I don't know. I mean, as far as I know, I can only believe that it's true, but I wouldn't know any better.
It is crazy to think about, dude. How
Then
we
there's
just
the argument
live on this.
there's an argument too. This one that gets real scientific. I can't remember exactly, but it's more of like anything on a ball, like, because they can't even explain gravity, right? They can explain it, but they don't know why, right? Because if you do anything else, if you just take a ball, because I guess there's a science, I don't know, don't quote me, I'm no scientist, but I've heard of a theory where there's a theory about something about being on a ball, and if you put anything on a ball, what's going to happen, right? It's just going to fall off, roll off of it, or whatever, because it's a ball. And I guess there's no, I don't know what the law, it's, oh man, I wish I knew. I didn't know I was going to say this one right now, but it's something where like, how are we able to stay on this ball and not just fall off of it? Because of, given there's gravity, but they don't even really know why. You know what I mean? They can explain what gravity is, they just don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like looking at pictures of Earth, right? Just looking at it right now. It just it's crazy to me how we live on this ball. you know, it's nuts.
And we're just so happens that we're in the perfect spot for life in our entire solar system, as far as we can tell. You know what I'm saying? We're just in that fucking sweet spot.
Doing a podcast.
In the sweet spot.
I don't know. There's only one planet that could handle the sweet spot. That's why life grew on it.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know. I think about the stars thing too. It's like the Big Dipper isn't in the same location every night, but we turn back around towards it every night. So yeah, it's always going to be up there.
Right.
Because we spin back, we come back.
We come on back.
But while we're rotating around the sun, it'll change where it's at in the sky over time. But it'll still be there.
Right. But the argument is that we're moving.
Yeah.
Like our entire solar system is just moving. Are the stars also moving?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? It's just the argument. You know what I'm saying?
You think, those stars are just other solar systems.
Right.
So, I don't know. One theory probably isn't true for the whole universe, but probably holds true in some fashion. I don't know.
Crazy. It's crazy to even think.
Just saying, there's an argument to be made for. I'm not saying I'm a flat earther. I'm just saying
I hear you.
There's an argument. There's a real argument for it.
It's easy to start something like that and cast doubt because the majority of people have never been able to go to space. So how can you really ever know?
We would never know.
Right.
Exactly.
We'll never know for sure,
Unless we go to space.
Unless we go to space. I don't see myself ever going to space.
I don't think we're making it.
I don't think I'm making the cut.
Yeah.
Wake up!
Just on
from the International Space Station.
We're coming at you live.
Thank you, Elon, for sending us up. That's the only way we're getting up is if Elon sends us up.
And all of a sudden he catches an ep of this pod and he's like, into it.
I'd like to take you guys to the moon.
I don't think
I don't know if I trust it.
I don't know if I trust it.
Dude, I'm not an astronaut.
Yeah, right. I can't handle the training, let alone the actual rocket ride up there.
Are you sure we're the ones?
He's like, no training, just get in the rocket.
I have
hop in the rocket here, kid.
You can handle the G-force, can't you?
Like, you're fine. You got any El Monterey's I can heat up on that bad boy? You guys bring an air fryer? Or...
How long are we going to be up there?
At least a couple DiGiorno's for crying out loud.
Do we plan on being back by Friday or?
Which that'd be a good one too. Frozen pizza would be a good big three because that's not.
Yeah,
that's not one I would choose in general. Is DiGiorno?
Me neither.
I would definitely pick DiGiorno.
Wow.
Well,
there's already an issue.
That's number one, in my opinion.
Well,
depending on the one you get, that's the thing.
That makes sense for you, yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense. If you get the right one, it's fantastic.
Okay,
it's definitely frozen.
Yeah,
if you get the right.
No, that's right, Dean. Yeah, you're right, buddy.
Well, let's get to the right segment.
It's not delivery.
It's the last segment. with Bills, Balls, Games. All right, fellas. Tonight we are doing trivia, but we are doing multiple choice trivia.
Ooh.
And there, are you smarter than a fifth grader questions?
No.
Oh.
Oh,
We're both like, damn.
I like multiple choice.
Because that's just a way of saying we're gonna make you look stupid, even though the questions aren't that easy usually.
Yeah,
Fellas.
this is for like smart fifth graders.
Eddie, you won last week 0 to -4.
That's a 4-point
That was a
win.
word link thing.
It's a 4-point win.
I took a chance.
However you want to slice it.
Took chances.
I played the game and I won.
It was a 4-point win. A landslide.
So you won. You did go first,
landslide.
or you won. We are going to. Do you want to take alternate turns, or do you just want to write it down, or
what would work better for what you got going on? I mean, alternate sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
alternate with a steal?
Yeah.
Sure.
It is multiple choice. Okay, here we go. Eddie, you're first, or you get to choose?
I'll go first.
First to 5. Which is the fastest bird on foot? A, ostrich, B, sparrow, C, eagle, D, dragon, E, woodpecker.
I'll go with A.
Eddie's up 1-0. It is the ostrich. Ostriches are the fastest swimming birds, capable of reaching speeds up to 43 miles an hour.
43 mph.
Dean,
Crazy.
which planet is closest to the sun? A, Venus, B, Earth, C, Mercury, D, Saturn, E, Jupiter. To get more stupider.
I remember the letter, but
It's 1-1.
isn't it Mercury?
It's tied 1-1. It is Mercury. It is the closest planet to the sun with an average distance of about 36 million miles.
I'll tell you what. If you'd thrown Mars in there, I would have gotten it wrong. I knew it was an M.
No way. No way you would have said Mars.
I think I would have still subverted, but I would have considered it Mars heavily.
Eddie, go up 2-1. A
Very
heptagon. A heptagon is a shape with how many sides? A, 4, B, 6, C, 7, D, 8, E, 9.
C, 7.
It is 2-1. It is 7. It is a geometric shape with 7 sides and 7 angles. Dean, how long is one regular term for a member of the House of Representatives in the U.S.? A, 3 years, B, 1 year, C, 2 years, D, 4 years, E, 6 years.
Man.
Are you smarter?
I
than
know.
a
I think it's
fifth
between
grader?
two answers. Can I phone a friend? Is this that kind of show?
You're gonna call me?
Can I ask the crowd? Can I ask the audience? Or
Picky.
you said state representative?
Member of the House of Representatives in the United States.
Member of the House of Representatives. I'm stuck between two. I'm gonna go with 6.
And
I didn't think so.
C, 2 years.
What? I thought I got a chance to steal.
Oh, yeah. Next time. Members of the House of Representatives serve
It
2
was 2
terms.
years.
That's my bad.
Oh, it's 2.
I was like, it's either real
I
short.
was like,
or
that's
it's
an
really
easy
long.
steal.
That was an easy steal.
That's my bad.
I mean,
Oh,
he
right.
knew it. It's not like he didn't know the answer.
I mean,
He didn't
Dean's
work.
begging you to give me the point.
Just give him the point. He's gonna
Okay,
need
3-1.
Yes.
Wait until you get a question like that.
Eddie,
Yeah.
I knew it was 2 or 6. Damn it.
what is the smallest prime number? A0, B1, C2, D3, E5.
2.
As in B or C2?
C2.
Thank you. It is correct. It is 4-1. Eddie.
Take that point away.
It's 3-1, Eddie.
4.
And
Oh.
all right, 4-1.
Dean said take it away.
Dean, which of the following states is not on the Gulf of, I guess, America now?
Gulf of America.
A, Georgia. B, Texas. C, Florida. D, Alabama. Or E, Louisiana.
It's Georgia.
Georgia.
It's not
Georgia is
It's
correct.
not even close to the Gulf of America.
No, take it easy. Take it easy.
Gulf of America.
It is correct. Georgia is not on the Gulf of America. You know it says that in Google Maps?
Yeah, I heard.
Oh, I saw it. I looked it up. So with Dean.
I don't know.
Well,
if
let's
I get
move on.
this, I win. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear that. Was
Not
can't-
worried
I
about
don't-
what you're doing without the camera.
It says looks like your camera unplugged. Plug it back in, but it's my computer. It's my laptop. I can't unplug the camera.
This is kind of weird.
You like listening to me like this?
No.
Yeah. All right, Dean.
thought
It's
you were
just gonna
Eddie.
know you can see us. Oh, whoa.
Oh shit.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Eddie for the win. Inca civilizations were concentrated on what continent? I don't think I need to give you the names of continents unless you want me to.
No, you don't have to give me the names of the continents.
Okay.
I'm only thinking of 2.
For a certain somebody, I'm not going to name their name. I probably would have had to.
I'm only thinking of two.
I'm only thinking of 2.
Right. It's one or the other for sure.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with South America.
That is correct. It is South America.
It's one of
The correct
Americas.
answer was that it is because the Inca civilizations were primarily located in the Andes region of South America, specifically in present day Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, and parts of
close.
Colombia and Chile.
Ah,
say-
yes,
did you
I
say
did. No, I
Mexico?
said Chile.
Oh.
And then
Like
he said
Mexico,
everything
right?
else, and I'm like, oh, never mind.
Eddie, you are smarter than a fifth grader or as smart.
Oh.
I'm going to see if I can find Are You Smarter Than a Sixth Grader next week? And Dean is stuck on fifth graders. So,
It's fair.
Well, he only got one wrong.
but he
Right. It's
lost.
It's
true.
true.
It was a 3-point win. I mean,
A
Kind of
3-point
embarrassing.
swing.
kind of it's a 3-point swing. Kind of embarrassing.
So, and that is Bill's Balls
Landslide,
Games.
Yay!
Yeah.
Great game.
Yeah.
Good
I
times.
figured you like it this week when we got done. So,
No
all right,
offense.
fellas. What a golden episode.
Ah,
And it finishes with one golden send off.
A shed off.
Send off.
So, thank you everyone for watching and or listening. If you want to check out last week's big 3 Disney villains, that is to Eddie's right. Point. Yep. Oh wait, no, Dean's right. My bad.
Yeah.
He's down below this week. Dean's right, and that's left. Subscribe is on the other side.
That
If
way.
if you're listening on Spotify, please subscribe to the
Yeah.
channel.
Down
We
here.
appreciate you. Yep, right there. We hope everyone has a great week. And we will see you next time for Wake Up with the Sleep Boys podcast.
Here we go.